Hello students, welcome to this lecture series Understanding Computers, and we are on the third lecture today. So in the first lecture, the first thing I have talked about is curiosity. So you have to be curious to know something. You have the hunger to know anything that you are interested in. So curiosity is important for your learning. And then in the second lecture, I have talked about limit. That is, you remember the statement I have written is the sky is the limit. So the meaning of that statement is that there is no limit to what we can do. So your thoughts are limitless, and if you are curious enough to think something that has no limit, or then you can have a dream. Like if you have this curiosity to think about anything in this world, and now you selected a few topics or a few things that you want to uh, know more about. So now you can dream, you can have a dream, and a dream actually makes it possible for us to find our path. So the same thing, this whole thing happens to the inventor of the computer also. They were curious to know that if we can develop some device. So they dreamed it. So they have a dream to form such a computer or such a device. And later that was named computer. So in the first lecture we have talked about the curiosity. Second lecture we have talked about whatever the limit we have. That is, we don't have to our thoughts. And then we talked about dream. So there is a famous saying that if you can dream it, you can do it. So what does this mean? If you can dream it. So this simply means that if you want to have something in your life, anything about study or about any part of your life, you have a dream about it. Like you want to change it or you want to go for it, then you can have it or you can do it. You want something, you can have it or you can do it. But if just dreaming is not uh, the final point. You have to execute whatever your dream is with your hard work. So in the next lecture, we will talk about the execution of the dream. But let's leave that topic to the next part. But now you have a dream, then you can pursue it. So our thoughts are limitless, right? Now there is one student, 16-year-old. She has asked in the doubt section that Sophia has feelings, like Sophia has human feelings. No, it is not true, because whatever we make, the God's creation is always biggest. So till the date, computer can't think or computer can't have feelings or such things are actually the basically it's chemical reaction or hormonal things which computer don't have. Computer just can only store things or learn things based on the algorithm we provide or based on the instruction that we give to them. Now the other question she asked is, let me check it. She has asked, for what purpose she was made. So obviously she was made for educational purpose and also to promote the social humanoid robots in our world, and how she knows that she has to say and respond to something, because she is programmed to do such things, and these all responding and what to respond to a certain question, that falls under the designing of the software, whatever the software that she is running on, and also the artificial intelligence, which is a trending topic in this world currently, the learning of the computer. So that depends on the learnings he has through these programs. So basically everything is programmed to a computer. Whatever we do, that is just programming. And I'm glad to see that so many of you have responded to this question. What is role of computer in your life? And you have mentioned the things like it provides you this e-learning or this live lecture that the school management has prepared for you, this platform. And it's really nice to see that you are accepting such response or accepting such gesture from the school. And some of you have mentioned many things like videos, music, provide quality education, job skill, and all. So it's good to see that some of you have actually listened to what I have said in previous lectures, but still I don't get so much response in this first lecture. So uh, to all of those students who didn't took the test, please take it. It is for your benefit. So okay, so today the another question someone has asked Isa Raj is I want to learn binary number. Okay, so you from this class we will start binary number system and how computer stores information. So let's start now. Okay, so students, we will start with the binary number system. But rather than just learning what is binary number system and how it does, the first thing I want to tell you is why binary number, right? There were already decimal numbers, hexadecimal numbers. There are ternary numbers, unary numbers. But why binary number is most important to computer? Why not other number system? So now let's learn it. Why? So that if we know its importance, like why it is important, then learning will be little easy for you. So you understand that computer runs on electricity, right? So the fuel or whatever you say, the computer needs is electricity. Electricity, now you are in class 10th, 9th, 8th maybe, you all know electricity is basically the flow of electrons, right? So we call computer electronic device, not electrical device. But the concept arises from the electrical device itself. So let's suppose, let me just draw it for you. This is a circuit. Okay, so this is an electrical circuit and we have a bulb and a switch and a cell, right? So now when this circuit gets powered on or the switch gets on, the bulb will start to glow, right? Now let's consider, I have questions for you. Questions that you will tell me the answer by switching on or switching off this circuit. Okay. So whenever I say, whenever you switch on, the answer will be true. So whenever you turn on the switch, the bulb will start to glow and I will immediately uh, know that the answer you are trying to give is true. And when even after I'm asking question, you don't turn it, then I will know that your answer is false. Now let me ask question. So I will ask you that Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India. Okay. So what we will do? We will do is we connect this. We connect this. Now switch is on. Switch is on. The electricity will start to flow, and the bulb will glow. And then I will understand that you are trying to say is true. And then again I ask the question that Sushil Modi is Chief Minister of Bihar. So it is false. And what you will do is you will not turn it on. You will not turn it on. So I will know that the answer will be false. And so I will judge you on the basis of the answer that you provide. Now why I have told you this? Because in computer system there are only wires or the circuits and many more things, but most importantly the wire. As per your knowledge, let's say there is wires only. So now, whenever this keyboard we see like A, B, C, D, and dot dot dot, it's connected to the CPU through a wire, right? So what will happen? Whenever I enter A, whenever I press A, this A will flow through this wire. But we know that through a wire only electricity can flow, nothing else, right? So how does this A gets converted into electricity? Or not exactly A got converted into electricity, but we turn on different kinds of wire for A. So let's say we have only two options in this keyboard, or we have this 0 and we have 1. This is the keyboard, this is the CPU. CPU is connected with the keyboard through a wire, and we have only two options. Now whenever I will command CPU to take input, and let's say for every 1 second, it will see that if there is current in the wire or not. 1 second fine. So for each 1 second time, we will see is there any current in this wire or not. So let's say I command CPU to start taking input. So I will first press 0. So first I will press 0. So there will be no flow of electricity, but I have set the CPU to take the input, and for 1 second it will not receive any current. So in this case, what CPU will understand is that I have taken the input 0. CPU has taken the input 0. Now I said for the next second, for the second time one, first second. Second second. Third second. So first second time I have pressed 1, and for 1 second the electricity will start to flow, and the CPU will know that the input is 1. So similarly for the third second, we will type any word. Let's say again we have pressed 1, so the CPU will take the input as 1, and now I have stopped the CPU to take input. I have interrupted CPU to take input. I said, okay CPU, it's done. You don't have to take any more input. So now CPU will have these input, and CPU can arrange it in different style. Like it can arrange it in 0 1 1 form or 1 1 0 form. So the concept here is which is most significant and which is least significant. You know, we have like decimal number 23. Then we know that 2 is most significant, 3 is uh, least significant, right? So 2 has more value and 3 has less value. So this system, we will tell CPU beforehand that the first input is the least significant or the most significant, that we will tell CPU beforehand. Okay. So now let's say I have told CPU like to take this one. Like the last input will be the most significant input. And now what CPU will read is this is 1, 1, 0, and it will store it. And when I say to display, it will display, it will again send this same thing to the output device. Okay. So in the output device, how it will send it? It will send the output device in the same fashion. Like it will send first 0, then 1, then 1. Okay. So first 0, then 1, then 1. That is, it will first uh, tell the output device to start taking input, and it will the current will not flow in this wire. So there is no current first time, no current. Then it will understand that okay, 0 is received. Now for the second unit of time, which is second number 2, it will receive 1, that is when there will be a current for 1, and again for the third time it will receive 1 because there will be current. So in the 3-second time we have transferred the data 110 and 11, again in the 3-second time we have transferred from CPU to rather memory to output device this 110. And what output device will come say that output device will display its decimal number. Sorry, 6 will be 6. So 6 will be displayed. Now let's say this was not our the initial input device. The input device here was the keyboard, and there are different number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have pressed 6, and now this 6 using this device, the 6 will be sent, and using this device it gets converted into 110, and through such so this will form the input device concept. That is, whenever we input the data, user can see this, but actually this data or the 6 will got converted into its binary form through a converter. Let's say a converter, a binary number converter. So this 6 will be get converted into binary number, and through this electric wire we will able to send the the data which is 6 to the CPU or the memory, right? So just because we need a system which can transfer our data to CPU. But the only problem was that we can only use electricity to run any device. We need only electricity. So the data gets converted to the binary form because of the binary nature of the wire. Now the wire, this is the wire, okay. Let's say that this is electric wire, and we give the data as 0 or 1 by turning the electricity in the wire as on or off. So if the electricity is flowing through this wire, we will say yes, it is the data 1, and again we will say the data 0 if there is no electricity in this wire. So using only one wire, we can send two different types of data. That is, we can send only 0 or 1. And what we can assume that this value got. So we have 0 or 1, we have on or off, we have true, false, we have yes, and no. So any such system which is binary in nature, that is, it can assume only two values. Any such system which is binary in nature, so it can assume only two values. That's why it's called binary. It can assume only two values. So 0 or 1, on or off, true or false, yes or no. Okay, so I did it wrong. 0 and 1 will be swap. It will be 1 and it will be 0. I'm sorry. So 1, on, true, and yes. All are same, or all can assume the data when electricity is on, and 0, off, false, and no will be when electricity is not flowing through the wire. So now you understand it, that why we need binary number system. So now let's see how many data we can transfer using two wires. Okay. Let's say there is wire 1 and we have wire 2. Why I am telling you this is because let's say we will send input to the CPU using two wires at the same time. That is, if at time 1 which is, let's say, first second, the time 1, you can't say it right. So time 1 or T1, at the first instance of the time, we will send the data from this wire and this wire, and CPU will also be able to read both the data at the same time. So we can send two data at the same time. So that's why I'm telling you this, because if we use two wires, then how many numbers or how many different type of data that we can generate. Okay, so let's say wire 1 is first off, okay, and wire 2 is also off. So what the data we will read? The data that we will read is 0 0, or that the CPU will read is 0 0. Again, let's say this wire is again off, but this wire is on. Okay, so the data that will CPU read is 0 1. Now let's say this wire is turned on and this wire is turned off. And again say this wire is turned on, this again is turned on, so this will be the data. So we have only 4 possible values that these wires can assume, which is 0 0, 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1. There will be no more further possibility. So the data that we can give is 0, 1, 2, 3. Don't worry, I will teach you, or I will rather tell you how to convert the decimal number into binary number and the binary number into decimal number in after some time, or maybe in the next lecture. So using two wires, we can generate 4 different type of data. Okay. So what about if we use 3 wires? What about if we use 4 wires or more? So you see, if we use 1 wire, we get 2 data, 0 or 1. If we use 2 wires, we get 4 data, that is 0, 1, 2 and 3. If we use 3 data, we will get 8. How? Because this is in the form of 2 to the power n. So we can get 2 to the power n different type of data. So when there is 1 wire, we will have 2. When there is 2 wire, we will have 4. When there is 3 wire, we will have 8 data. 0 to 7, 0 to 1, 0 to 3. Okay, so you understand it. So this binary number system is very important for telling the computer what kind of data or what is the data that I am actually trying to send or I am actually trying to store. So the formula is 2 to the power number of wires. So this will be the formula of total number of possible data. So the formula is total possible data. Okay, so students, this is the time. We should stop now, and in the next lecture, we will learn how to convert a decimal number into binary number and how to convert the binary number into decimal number. So I hope you all understand why binary number is important for computers, because of the binary nature of the wire. That is, electricity can flow. That is, electricity is flowing or not flowing. So according to that, CPU will assume the inputs. So that's all for today. For all of that and more, we will be taking a meeting in the next lecture. Thank you all.